everybody, this is Hybrid, and basically I'm doing this as like an intro to another video that I was actually in on someone named JaeRoar's channel, and we both made a video actually, but it's mainly on his channel, but I'm just posting it because I want to get the word out about him and also post a link annotation as well in the video to his channel so you can check out his other videos. So we discuss basically things we want to see in the Batman reboot. So without further ado, here's the video. Make sure you check out his channel later. And without further ado, here it is.
What's up, guys? This is JaeRoar coming at you with that 1-2 punch. I'm here with my boy Hybrid 0027. Say what's up. Alright, today we're going to be talking about the Batman. That's the name of the title. Warner Bros. Is already in talks with it. So, Hybrid, what do you know so far? Where do you think they're going to go with this movie?
Okay, well, so far I know that they're supposedly interested in making this film just to really tie in with the Justice League, since Nolan's films are very independent in their universe. But also, I heard that they really want to take from the modern adaptations of Batman. So most likely that means they'll go with the still grittier take on them. That seems to be very popular right now.
And it's set to release 2015, which is the same release day of the Justice League. So I'm assuming that Batman is going to come out before, Justice League, right? Because think about it.
It will most likely be something similar to how they did Thor and Captain America, where it comes out like very close to the release date and maybe even leads into the next movie.
True. So my question is for you, who would you cast as the Batman? Do you go with the younger? Do you go with the older?
I would definitely go with a maybe late 20s at the latest Batman, or actor for Batman. And sadly, I can't at the top of my head actually think of anyone who would fit that category for me.
You know who?
But the reason,
no,
you can go.
No, I was saying who would play a good Batman, and I bet you know him. He was on Smallville. He was Doomsday. Sam Witwer.
Yeah.
He's like 38, but he still looks young. So you know what I mean. I think he would play a good Batman. You also have Sam Hamm. He has that face, that chin of Batman. But if I could think of anybody young, I would think of Sheen Ferris. He was on Never Back Down. He was the underdog. You know what I mean? He was he's around like 20-something years old. Maybe he could play Batman. But I can't see Batman in a young age. You know what I mean? I have to see Batman like around in the 30s. You know what I mean? Because once a person puts a Batman like uniform on, every time I think of Batman, I think of the Justice League Batman. Like he was always the quiet type. He talked like this. He was always so serious.
Yeah. Except for if the rumors are true though, that they're trying to take a Batman from his earlier days, I think maybe late 20s would really work, because then as he ages throughout the films, they can really, I guess, have that and then not have to worry about the actor aging too much.
Did you hear there was a rumor there was supposed to be a Batman versus Superman in around 2007, a movie?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, what's his name?
They tease that a lot.
Yeah, what's his name? Colin Farrell. He played Bullseye off of Daredevil. He was on Total Recall. He was supposed to play Batman. And there's a video on IGN asking him hey, some guy that's a writer. He's like, I've actually found a script of you playing Batman, and he didn't even know about it. He was like, oh, cool, that's cool. And he was like, well, would you be up for it? And he was like, this is where I'm gonna start thinking that every actor is gonna be like, I don't know. He said that, I don't know, man. Christian Bale just did an awesome job. I don't know if I can ever even come close to that or top it off. See, that's where a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, they're gonna start actors are gonna be scared to play Batman because Christian Bale, in their eyes, I think he did a pretty good job, but not amazing job. But a lot of actors are gonna get scared to play Batman just because of Christopher Nolan and Christian Bale Batman.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of actors will probably not want to get into it. But then if they learn it's going to be introduced with the Justice League, I feel that would probably draw them in, as most likely Justice League, even if it's bad or good, will make at least a good amount of money because people want to see a Justice League movie, or at least enough people want to. Okay. So,
of course, you're going to have a cameo in the Batman movie, right?
Yeah, if
Like
they're gonna
it could be a small
introduce other
cameo.
characters, they're gonna have to do something like that.
Yeah, like you can even have Lex Luthor come in for like a couple minute or two. You know how like Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor are both billionaires. You know they can do a part where, like, you ever play the Lego Batman where there's a part where Bruce Wayne is wins a award for Man of the Year or something like that, and it's him and Lex, and then Lex is all pissed off because he's jealous that Bruce Wayne won. And they could do something like that, you know what I mean? Like something small, like like you ever seen the Batman, the old ones, like Batman and Robin or something like that, where Batman, like in the beginning, it's Bruce Wayne, people, oh, like people freaked out, and then you just see Lex Luthor in the corner just all pissed off, and then they can just
Yeah,
like a small cameo like that would be fine, and then they can do another cameo of something else.
yeah, like, they can easily do something where it's like Clark Kent is interviewing Bruce Wayne, or like really anything.
Something like
Like, I
that.
could see it. Like, I could see Brainiac being the villain of the Justice League and doing something similar in like Justice League Unlimited, where he's like manipulating Lex Luthor, and then we have Bruce Wayne and Lex Luthor merging to do a kind of dual corporation project, and then Clark Kent being, because of the whole Lex Luthor Superman thing, being drawn into that and evolving from there.
You know who I thought would play a good Batman, and like he just has like that Batman stare, is Dominic Purcell. He was on Blade Trinity. He was the vampire, whatever his name is.
I don't remember Blade Trinity that much.
He's on that
It's a
show
while
24.
ago.
He's on that show 24.
Really?
Yeah, he's like the bald one, I guess the older brother or something like that. But he just has like that face look. I'm gonna put pictures and you'll see, like by the time I'm done with my video, you'll see who I'm talking about. But like my next question is, what villains do you go with? See, a lot of people, everybody wants their own villain. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants
Yeah.
Mad Hatter, the Killer Croc, Scarecrow, but you gotta have. In every Batman movie, you ever notice they always have two villains? Always two villains.
Well, first off, I'm pretty confident they're never gonna do the Joker anytime soon.
Yes.
Due to Heath Ledger, not only his death, but how great of a performance he did.
Exactly.
But I think Killer Croc is not out of the question, especially if they're planning on it fitting in with the Justice League. Because that's where one thing Nolan's films, you're really limited on having a realistic kind of character. But I can easily see them doing Hush, or due to how popular the New 52 Court of the Owl storyline has been, even doing the Court of Owl storyline in Talons and whatnot. So I can see them doing tons of character. Like, there's so many they could choose from. Even Mr. Freeze again, or Penguin, doesn't matter, really.
Yeah, exactly. What about the Riddler? Would you like to see the Riddler?
See, I'm mixed on the Riddler because it's not because Jim Carrey or anything like that, but it's just I feel there's only so much you can do with the character, and I feel if they're really going for that grittier take again, it just remind people of a kind of riddling version of the Joker.
Exactly. Well, of course, me and you talked about this. Hugo Strange would be a great add to the movie. I think he would play a good role. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And Brian Cranston, the guy from Breaking Bad, he just has that look. You know what I mean? Like he could he's an amazing actor. Like I know you've never seen the show, but anybody that's seen Breaking Bad, they'll know he's one badass motherfucker. He has like that demented mind.
Yeah, he does. But actually, if they did make a Batman film, and if they made kind of a real origin story, and the reason I say that is because sure, Batman Begins went into it, but it wasn't the training from the comics. I would like to see him going to different places all over the world, like having various teachers, like teachers in China, teachers in France, teachers in Africa, etc.
Well, they can do that. I just don't want them to do like what Batman Begins. You know, Batman Begins was amazing because it shows you like how Batman became Batman. You know what I mean? I don't want another one like that. Like I want another one where like you already know he's Batman. He has a suit and he has everything already. Maybe they can do like you said, like maybe he can go to like different countries, learn different martial arts, and like just real quick like a 5-minute like montage of that. Like I don't want it to be like a 30-minute where we're basically knowing how he got Batman. And also, if they're gonna do Batman, hear me out. they have to bring the gray suit with the yellow emblem and like on the Batman, don't and with the yellow belt. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I think they should try going for more of the comics take of the basically suit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, from what you're saying, it reminds me of the Batman Incorporated suit,
Mm-hmm.
which was inspired by the original Batman film with Michael Keaton in it.
Mm-hmm.
Except for you're mentioning how you don't want to see like another Batman Begins,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't either personally. Like the reason or the way I could really picture them doing the like kind of more comic faithful origin is basically end with him coming back to Gotham, and he's not Batman yet,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
he's deciding to become Batman. Like we could have him basically like the ending scene could be him basically reflecting on all of his training and whatnot. Let's say he just stopped a random thug, and he's just sitting down on his like a chair, and then bursting through the window comes a bat.
Mm-hmm.
End movie right there.
Exactly. I actually like that movie. Was it called Batman Year One? You've seen it, right?
Yeah, very good.
I thought it was really good, but like it takes the story of this movie. Of course, I talked about earlier. It's gonna take place the year 2 of Batman, so
Yeah.
that's when he starts meeting Joker and then I think Two-Face. But they've already done that, so I don't know where Warner Bros. Are thinking, but they really need to find a great writer, a director. The person I would ask to direct is Alex Proyas. He did the Knowing, iRobot, The Crow. He's low budget and he's not doing anything right now. So if I ask anybody, ask him. Like, what I mean? He did The Crow. The Crow had the dark, gritty way. The Knowing showed you something different, and then iRobot was something way different.
Yeah, actually thinking about it now, one film that they could really do and is basically is Clayface. And the reason I say Clayface is because one of the things I really want to see with the new Batman films is the fact that at the core he is a detective. That is the first thing he is. Martial artist and whatnot, that can come second. But first off, he's a detective. And with Clayface, the whole shape-shifting thing can really fit in there. So he'd really have to push his detective skills to really track down who Clayface is. And then also the fact that Clayface does leave a kind of residue and whatnot. So that could really touch into his forensic skills as well.
Okay, so no Robin, no Catwoman, no Red Hood, no Tim Drake. Basically Batman has to be by himself, right? It has to be.
Well, see, the thing for me though is I wouldn't mind him having Robin or whatnot.
Maybe a small cameo. You know what I mean? Like something like small, like you know what I mean? Like where like how like Robin is an acrobat. Maybe like they show a picture of a kid on it, something like that, small.
Well, actually, it'd be really cool if they maybe had like a like kind of a commercial. Let's say Bruce Wayne's watching TV, and a commercial. The Flying Grayson's coming soon.
There you go.
Something
Simple
like
as that.
that.
There you go. Simple as
but
that.
I actually wouldn't mind if Robin was in the film. They just have to do it right.
Exactly.
And that's probably really hard because, how do you do Robin correctly without being goofy, pretty much?
Yeah, agree. So, who's your villain you picked?
I picked Hush, Clayface, or one like the Court of the Owls.
Okay, so I picked Hugo Strange, the Riddler, and if I had to go with somewhere just out the blue, maybe I don't know. It's just Poison Ivy and Catwoman, right? And I would like for them to do a Harley Quinn cameo in some way, but that'd be kind of hard.
Maybe as like a kind of intern at Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I hope they do an Arkham Asylum, cameo somehow. Like Batman passes by there or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, they should show Arkham Asylum. That's a big part of the Batman comics, and I feel like it kind of really glossed over that in the Nolan films.
Yeah.
And then the whole Blackgate prison, that should have been Arkham.
True.
Really, for the criminally insane or whatever.
True. We're about 14 minutes. I'm about to cut it short already, even though it's not short. We try to make it short, but it's just so much stuff they can do in the Batman. I don't know why Warner Bros. Are just... They seem confused. Look, check it out. Warner Bros. Grab a comic book of any Batman and read it and try to find out the character. It's not that hard. Oh my god.
Or they can go to comicbookmovie.com because people write scripts for movies. People write
Oh yeah, they do.
synopsises all the time. Like I made a 6-picture synopsis for Fantastic Four.
Oh,
Basically starting from the Fantastic Four and ending with the sixth movie in the Future Foundation.
all right. I'll make sure to put that in the description so anybody that views it, they can check it out. My boy Hybrid's article. That's good. All right, guys. Well, this is JaeRoar and Hybrid about to dip out. Thanks for joining us. Please leave a like. Please make sure to check out his channel. It's in the description. And like always, be awesome.